All right, welcome to Smokey Reacts. I'm your boy Journalist, and on this one, there's a new documentary on GRM Daily. It's called Layers. It's got Micquel Wright, Rimzee, Miss Jaykae, Big Tobz, and Bobby Kasanga. I believe is how you say his name. I don't know Bobby. I know how to say Tob's name. I've heard it, but I don't know him. I've seen Jaykae around. I know Mist. We've reviewed Mist on the platform. I don't know Rimzee or who Micquel Wright is, so I was like, hey, let's check this out. So hey, thank anybody's gonna check this out with me. It is greatly appreciated. Let's get into this one. If you could please hit that like and subscribe. Let's go. No sunshine when she's gone. Ain't no motherfucking sunshine, goddammit. It's not. Oh. This is this shit that even though it's a gun right there, I didn't notice that shit the first time. But I thought it was what's it called? That if you can't pay, we'll take it away shit. It's not warm when she's away. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. She's always gone too long. Anytime. What? She's always gone too long. That nigga just in the street? That nigga just set up shop right there. God damn it. Anytime she goes away. Wonder this time where she's gone.
Just finished shooting. The PM is possibly involved.
I wonder if she's gonna stay.
It's been reported
Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. In this house it ain't long. Anytime she goes away. And I know. Hey, you ought to leave the young thing alone. Hey. Who's this motherfucker cutting up in the background? Who is this nigga? I'm not gonna lie too, when the nigga getting out the car looked like Jussie Smollett when he got out the car. Hey, you ought to leave the young thing alone. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Ain't no sunshine when she's hench ass nigga, goddamn. Only darkness every day. It's a nice little opening. This could have been a good TV show.
I spent 10 years in prison.
Jesus Christ, that nigga swole.
In my experience, I came from an environment that was designed to destroy me.
Why is this nigga not boxing?
Someone's opinion does not have to be reality.
I caused a lot of problems and a lot of aggro for my mum as a young kid, do you know what I mean? And then getting in trouble with the police all the time.
You know what? I just realized that this nigga's name is Michael, spelled with a Q. I don't think I've seen that. That is different.
I caused a lot of problems and a lot of aggro for my mum as a young kid, do you know what I mean? And then getting in trouble with the police all the time, like.
So would you say you was poor when you was growing up?
Relative poverty in Britain, definitely poor, 100%. The electric would go off regularly. Do you know what I'm trying to say? To like, was poor. Definitely, of course.
And you think that poverty led you into crime?
Yeah, because I wanted to provide for myself. I wanted my independence. I didn't want to rely on anybody else. I wanted to have what my friends with a mum and dad had. You know what I'm saying?
So when you went into crime, what?
Who's this brother? Is he Bobby Kasanga? Is Bobby Kasanga this guy? If not, is this guy like Ayana Fix My Life? Is that who he is, except the male version in the UK? Do y'all even know who Ayana Fix My Life is in the fucking UK? Oh well, y'all can Google it.
What do you think was motivating you when you was younger?
What was motivating me? I wanted trainers, innit? Like everybody else. We started small, I want that new trainers. I'm wearing a regatta coat. Them I'm wearing Helly Hansons. I'm wearing Clarks. Them like wearing Rockport.
Hey Siri, what is a Helly Hansen?
Here's what I found from SportCheck Car. It is a combination of a DWR treated outer fabric, a highly breathable and waterproof membrane, and often a highly breathable inner fabric, mesh or lining.
Yeah, that didn't help, bitch. Not one bit.
Do you know what I'm saying? I wanted what the Joneses had. Do you know what I mean? So I started trying to graft and make money for myself.
What was the first type of crime?
The first type of grime I remember was hilarious to me now. I remember we used to get up in the morning and we used to get, I'm not going to tell them how to do it actually, but we used to block up phone boxes on the way to school. And we used to block maybe 10, 15 phone boxes. And on the way back, we had a way of getting the money out or the change, you know, make, I don't know, maybe a tenner, maybe a fiver. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, now probably more than that, maybe about 30 quid between my mate, 14, 15 quid each.
Okay.
It meant that we could go chip shop, it meant we could do that. But we knew that, bro, like, it's like running a business. Decent enough to get what we need to get. After that, I think we started stealing like car stereos.
The snatch ones or the face.
Or face offs, where the money was. You get £15 for a snatch plate, which was dead. I mean, a snatch stereo, face off. I think we stole a few face off stereos and then realised that without the face, you know what I'm saying, you can't get no money for it. So we escalated from like snatch plate stereos to face offs to then obviously like, we actually got a little bit smarter and it wasn't always criminal ventures. We actually started buying and selling. Like I said before, I've spoke about this before, like I'd buy bikes off kids. How much you want for your bike? £25. And then we used to have a thing called the bargain pages. I'd spray up the bike, you know what I'm trying to say, paint it up and all that and sell it for 50 quid. Still wasn't enough. Then we started, there was a pandemic. Do you remember the robbing mobile phone pandemic? Everyone started stealing phones. So we jumped on the stealing phones and acquiring stolen mobile phones. And I actually found a way where you could get a stolen mobile phone, put a SIM card in there that was active, get it to get signal, look like it's working, and take it to the phone shop. So again,
Allen Road.
Sparkbrook and it's so Ladyford Road, yeah, and Allen Road, because we was known by all the shops when they kind of found out that, yo, you sold me a phone that I thought worked and didn't work. As kids, we had some very, very clever schemes that would make us money. Do you know what I mean? Hence why I look at the kids now and feel like you don't need to do crime, because with the internet, there's so many opportunities. I went to prison when I was 18, which is what, 3-4 years after where we're talking. The crimes, the level of escalation with the crimes, and I don't really care to talk about on camera, to be fair, but yeah, we committed a lot of crime. And then I went to prison for
I'm not gonna lie. I was like, yo, this nigga is singing like a canary. Like, does he not care about telling on himself? But I see, okay, like he's like, yo, I'm willing to talk about some shit. But some shit I'm not gonna say on camera. Okay, he totally understands. All right. Some niggas just be running off at the mouth. And I just be like, bro, you incriminating yourself, dog. I don't know if y'all got statutes of limitations over there or not.
a violent offence and I was sentenced to 12 years at 18. And that was kind of like the end of 5 years of absolutely madness. And not 5 years of madness, once a week, career criminal. We used to get up every day like, what's on today, do you know what I mean?
My main issue was I had the wrong role models. The only role models I seen were people that were up to no good. Now, growing up, especially in Nichols was like the car theft capital of Birmingham, probably even the UK. It was madness. So all I'm seeing growing up, I'm seeing cars and stuff, but all stolen. I'm seeing the way to get cars is to steal them. So growing up, that's kind of what I went into. Started stealing cars, driving around, got a reputation of a bit of a driver, stig, whatever you want to call it. And then that kind of leaded.
He used to like that reputation. He enjoyed that. The driver, a stick, whatever you want to call it. Nigga, you know what they call it. You was both of them things. You was out there swinging them corners.
Into other things, more serious things, armed robberies, etc., which ultimately ended me up in jail.
2002 October, I was shot 7 times
Damn.
in a drive-by, which left me with multiple gunshot wounds. 2 times in my arm, which one of those shattered my radius bone. 2 times in my back, where one's behind my heart and one bullet lodged in my spine, and 3 times in my leg, where I've got one of the bullets shattered my kneecap. So from there, that left me wheelchair bound, and I was told by the doctors after 3 consultancies that I would never walk again.
Wait,
There's
what?
a saying in my face.
Wait, what the fuck? What the
So
fuck?
that left me wheelchair bound. I've got one of those shattered my radius bone. 2 times in my back, where one's behind my heart and one bullet's lodged in my spine, and 2.
There it goes. Okay, I missed the spine joint. I'm like, how a nigga just get his knee busted? Granted, all of these are just terrible places to get hit, but like, I'm like, How does that leave you wheelchair bound? What the fuck? Oh, it's terrible though. It's terrible.
3 times in my leg where I've got one of the bullets shattered my kneecap. So from there, that left me wheelchair bound. And I was told by the doctors after 3 consultancies that I would never walk again.
There's a saying in my faith.
Terrible.
Love for your brother what you love for yourself. Okay, so I was in prison with my own father. Okay, now, do I want to be in prison with my own son? No. Would I want somebody else, my brother, to experience that? No. So in order for us to change it, you got to be the change that you want to see.
As I grow up now and on reflection, I kind of look at it and feel like, why did nobody see that I was going to go to prison? Like, it was almost destined for me.
Remember me and Frog laughing in that.
Oh, no. They saw that shit. I guarantee you they saw that shit. Maybe the influences around you didn't speak up or didn't speak loud enough. But somebody for sure told your ass was going to go to jail back in the day if you was outside doing some of the shit you were claiming to do on camera. Let's just keep it a bean. But I do hope that in the younger generations and in the future, there are more olders that tell the youngers, like, yo, my nigga, this shit is stupid. Like, it's not necessary. Nigga, you can give your whole life away for some fuck shit. It's terrible.
That court, but it wasn't no joke when them screws slam them doors. In a sweatbox thinking it'd be a while until I'm home. Rich 3-2 on the radio, don't go. All these unfamiliar faces. Niggas wanna know the latest. Where you from and what your name is. My net bag, plastic bowl, knife on my fork. About to make a call, watch what I say cause it records. Big bro told me F the roads, but I was stubborn. And a V thinking I'm getting ghosted or they coming. Screw searching mommy on a visit, this ain't life. I see mommy cry, and shit I nearly cried. They got email prisoner, now my chick can reach me more.
That shit throw me off to see you guys get arrested with guns like that. What? And they got the big chetty on it.
But I prefer when you write it, cause I can feel it more. When I put the family on so I can spoil them. All I brought is disappointment. Sleeping in the same room, I use the toilet.
What's evident is people that are coming from deprived backgrounds have a more likelihood of going down a particular route.
The money that I make from drugs, I use it to make ends meet, look after my family, food, the usual, innit? Day-to-day things. I don't like being a drug dealer still, but sometimes the only option man I got in it, like when man can't get work and things like that. When I got kids to support, it's the only route sometimes you get it. I believe what led me down that path is my upbringing really, coming from a poor background, seeing my older siblings in and out of jail and that. Just naturally, felt like I was born into the life in it. I believe if circumstances were different, life would have been different in it, but that's not the case. Yeah, if I had an opportunity to work and go legit, I would do it. Cause the roads ain't good and it's not nothing to glamorise, but for some of us, it's not an option in it. You know what I'm saying?
Give those same individuals the opportunities that the more affluent would have, then you see they flourish. And that's what it's about, is broadening the playing field of equality and opportunities. And if we see in society more people getting the opportunities from deprived backgrounds, then we will see more people flourish.
25 to life for one mistake. That's a heart full of pain, that's 2 lives destroyed, one in this cage and one in a grave. I carried a knife as a weapon, knife crime. Where you can end a man's life in a second, but what's your mind like? I felt trapped in. How did I allow myself to be distracted by this road life? I won't lie, in here, I've cried plenty. And the day the judge gave me a life sentence is the day my life ended hurting. Cause deep down we both know, it wasn't worth it.
Fam, I need you to hear that life's never perfect. And I'm glad that you know in your heart it weren't worth it. You're hurting our...
This shit went from spoken word to a fucking Shakespeare soliloquy. This nigga went with it.
To hear that life's never perfect, and I'm glad that you know in your heart it weren't worth it.
Where's this nigga from? Bristol? He sound like my nigga Crazy.
You're hurting, I heard it. You were shocked by the verdict. You never thought they'd have given you such a long bird. It kind of blew your mind. But you never mentioned the trail of destruction that you left behind. So many people just lost in their grief. A child soldier deceased in a war over streets and postcodes. Kids getting wet up like soap clothes. Spare a thought for the families on both sides because they both cried. And I know you never meant to take that life, but that's a risk that you take when you walk with a knife.
When I went jail, I was already known.
I like that shit because it ends with like the accountability. Like my nigga, like shit. But granted, shit I done seen on the internet from you niggas. Just damned if you do, damned if you don't. I'd rather have it on me than to fucking get caught without it. Man, it's tough. It's tough. It's wild times.
I was already doing bits. I'd done my Fire in the Booth. I'd done That's Not Me remix, Froggy EP. You get me? Like I was getting respected. Like I was doing my thing. You get me? And then I got locked. It was only a minor charge. Like I didn't do long, but like literally like a month after I was in there, I got nominated for a Mobo. And then Mobo Awards found out I was in jail and then took me off the nominee list like a few days later. And it was like a kick in the face. You get me? Because it was the first ever Grime nomination year that they ever put that category in the awards. And I think Stormzy won it that year. It was like, but I had a good chance for it because I had a good run that year, you get me? And if I didn't go jail, I probably would have won that. Anything could have happened, you get me?
I'm in greenhouse, my headlights are wrong cause it's dark in front of me now. Inside I've had enough, but outside I'm acting tough. Cherish all the memories in Amsterdam and Magaluf.
Even in prison, they don't actually teach you about how hard it is when you come out.
That's
They're
Bobby.
like, oh, go out, become a good person, get a job, that's rehabilitation. No.
Hackney Wick Football Club, is that actually a major like football team, or like where does this fall in the football scale, or what's going on with that?
It's so difficult when I come out of jail. I was scared. I was like, "Fuck, what am I gonna do right now?" Everyone knew me as being this lit guy. We used to go around doing what we're doing. It's not the same anymore. So what am I gonna do that's different? And I was scared. But I said to myself, you know what? I had to humble myself. I had to remove the ego and say, you know what? I can never go back to that place again. No one visited me while I was there. No one sent me no letters. No one sent me any money. So I don't need to be lit for anyone else. Let me just humble myself. And that was the biggest obstacle because I find that hard. I'll see it on Instagram. These men are raving. These men got these new watches. These men got these new cars. And they're just sitting in jail thinking, rah, I've got nothing. But coming out, you know what? Let me just chill. Let me take my, almost like, what's that thing? No, hibernate. You know how them animals, them bears, they hibernate. I thought, let me just hibernate. No one needs to see me. I went into the night shift for 3-4 months, making my money on the sly, just doing my night shift. No one can see me, and they allow me just to observe and see how people are moving. And that was my biggest obstacle of trying to make sure that I don't have that pride to be out there going to madness again. Because you might go out with your friends, everyone's buying champagne, you feel like, rah, I feel left out. I need to go and do that as well. So for me, it was like removing that myself, stripping everything back, humbling myself, and just knowing, okay, you got a project. It's going to take me 3-4 years to get to that project. And that's what it done. For 3-4 years coming out of jail, we was just about surviving. Only the last 2 years, I can say, you know what, we've got to a point that where we are stable. So it's about having that stability. Tell me about that moment when you have your see-through bag and you're about to go through the doors and you know that this is it, you're finally free. Tell me about that moment. How was that for you?
Minus the see-through bag, because I left everything in prison. I didn't want to take anything with me.
Literally everything.
Yeah. So all the designer clothes, all the stuff, I acquired. It meant nothing, do you know what I'm saying? I left it to the less fortunate people on the wing. Wow. I remember like dividing my clothes between this guy, that guy, stereo, CDs, and over the period of a decade, I've accumulated quite a lot of stuff.
Was that also a sign for you to kind of like, I'm closing the door?
Basically,
like, I'm not
new chapter.
Back. I don't need it. Yeah.
New chapter.
Coming home from jail, and obviously my whole life has been on the ends. I can't go back to my ends. I'm not allowed to chat to my brethren, my closest brethren that I roll with. Man, can't be with them.
That shit is also funny as fuck to me. Well, not funny like that, but just like in America, like, what do you mean? Unless these niggas are other known convicted felons, you can't tell me I can't talk to my man. What the fuck? You suck a dick. That's literally the only thing they got. What? I can't go back to my neighborhood. Nigga, please. Unless one of these niggas gonna knock me off, why can't I go here? Restraining order where? We have not implemented that bullshit here yet. So I think that shit's crazy how they do that, where they like, you can't record records, you can't go back to your ends, you can't talk to certain niggas no more. I'm just like, that's crazy.
Like, that was man's hardest part, because it's like, where the man go, you get me? Like, I don't know no one nowhere else like that. Because obviously jail, I met bare people, but from before, coming up from the ends, man don't chat to no one if they're not from my ends. We don't know them, you understand? So when I went jail, man got to meet bare people, so that was one of man's hardest parts. The world's run on credit, do you understand? So the road credit and this kind of credit is two different things, do you understand? Like, I could call man and get whatever, but when you're trying to do like proper stuff, obviously the bank don't know who you are, bro. No one knows who you are. You're just a normal guy trying to apply for stuff. They're thinking you're gonna run off on that. You get me? So that was another thing that man had to deal with as well. And it's like where man raps as well, man's business is about being where there's party, where there's excitement, where there's hype, where there's this, where there's that. But before rap, even while I was rapping, man's been doing stuff. So my mentality is different. Do you get what I'm saying? Like I know what kind of things was tick man off. I know what's a risk factor for me. So man can't be around certain people or too many people I don't know. Do you understand? Because my thing is, too much parties, man getting drunk and losing their mind. Whenever someone invites me to something, man's got to weigh the risk and man's got to weigh the risk and think, is it worth me going there? You get me?
Risk was everything, and it's mad because I actually found myself actually moving like a probation officer. I'm thinking, this is how they assess us. So now I'm taking a system that they used to assess us, and I'm applying in my own world. And then when I kind of realized that my own closest friends and sometimes even family relationships was drawouts for me, and that was a big risk. That's when I realized that, this journey to be successful as an entrepreneur is going to be mad lonely because everybody's a risk for me. Do you know what I'm trying to say to you? And I feel like that alienated my closest friends and family, and it's just now 6-7 years later where I'm now building that relationship because I'm now in a position where, I've leveled up so much, they can't even bring that energy to me. Do you know what I'm saying? If you're coming to link me, you have to be coming on a respectful thing.
Always felt jail was a waste of time. Nearly 3 years of my life was a waste of time. You know what I'm saying? I come out, things have changed, clothes have changed, people have changed. You had your one or two, a few mates that would still hold you down, but your girl grows up, she meets someone else, you're in jail now, heartbroken, sitting there. I ain't got time for all that, bro. You know what I'm saying to you? And then the more risk you take, every time you get away with a little risk, you take a bigger risk and a bigger risk. So I just try and remove myself from certain things that can push me back down that road.
A very small amount of successful criminals, gangbangers. If you ask the older gangbangers, they all are trying to get out of that life. So as a youngster, you're aiming to be them, but they've lived the life that you're about to live, and they're saying they wish they never lived that life, or they're trying to get out of that life. That life always ends with death, prison, hurt, and unhappiness. When you realize that, you're gonna have to start again. You know what I mean? Or you're gonna have to work on putting yourself right. So why not just put yourself right from now?
What's good? What you saying?
No, I'm fine. It's just I had so much I wanted to say, but now that we're face to face, I can't even look at you straight.
Wait, you mean to tell me you drove all this way to not say a word and we ain't spoken days? You're moving bait. What's really going on?
You've left me on my one. I held you down for so long. I gave you a family and a love so strong. It feels wrong how it's all gone.
Nah, it seems like you're doubting our bond. And I'm not even gonna bite my tongue, but you see this? It's long.
Try turning a house to a home without the man who holds the foundations. Accusations and miscommunication. I miss coming home to you waiting. I feel sick and I'm tired of your shit. It's draining.
What, you think I want to be caged in for the rest of my life? For God's sake, Sam, you're always stressing. You're always putting a downer on my down situation. If it ain't bitches, it's paper. If you're quitting, then later. Look where I'm living. Wake up.
You did it all for status, because nobody told you to use that knife, yet I'm the one who needs to wake up. You're the one that's bagged up and left me with all the bad luck, but that's just it. You don't see beyond this glass. I ain't got the cash, I'm broke. My uni studies have crashed, my head's mashed, I'm stressed mad, and you think it's a joke, so I'm just gonna go.
Yeah, it's facts.
So layers is the challenges that we face in life and the resilience that we gain to overcome those particular layers and become triumphant and move on to the next stage. And it's, I often say, and I actually wrote a book called After Hardship Comes Ease, and that's what it is. Layers is like the difficulty, ease, the difficulty, the ease, the challenges and the resilience and the growth that comes off the back of the challenges and overcoming those challenges. And if you look at the reoffending rate currently is 32% for Black British males, which is the highest rate in society. As we see with many of the those that have spoken on this documentary, have experienced crime and have experienced going to prison, and it's such a glamorized thing today. And what we need to do in society, and what I hope people can realize from this, is that actually what is more glamorous and what is more fulfilling is success within one's own vision and through one's own eyes. It's clear prison doesn't work, prison doesn't pay. It's about overcoming
It's not about
the
rehabilitation.
influences in society and actually going for one's own goals and visions and realizing that.
Why this nigga just don't come to America and play football? He'd be a hell of a tight end. He must be slow. But he could block though. If he could block a nigga, oh my god. He could get a job quick. Fuck is he doing with his life? He better not be trying to play fucking football. Man, this nigga could be out there running in the NFL, boy. 10 million a year.
Become a thing that I was getting good at, and you know, it was visibly obvious that I had a gift and I was talented. Like I built muscle really, really easily, and my shape was, you know, really defined. After kind of exploring options about what I could be when I come out of prison, bodybuilding was just the obvious one for me. I'd watch loads of bodybuilding DVDs, powerlifting stuff. I'd have bodybuilders on my wall. Like my whole cell was like a shrine for bodybuilding. I took off all the pictures of girls, and if you can imagine, I just had loads of pictures of men in small pants.
I wonder if my nigga has body dysmorphia. Or if it's just regular for this nigga and it's just like, yo, I truly enjoy it.
And I used to look at their physiques every single day and think, like, cool, I need to build my chest more, I need to build my legs more, I need to build this more. And then when I come out, I always knew that bodybuilding was going to be something that I needed to focus on that would help me change my life. The reason why I chose bodybuilding because I knew that I needed discipline more than anything.
I've been emceeing since I was about 15, yeah. And then I'd say, people thought it was cute, yeah. Maybe till I was like 19, 20, 21. Then it's like, what are you really doing now? And like, are you going to get a job? Are you going to do this? Are you going to do that? And I had opportunities to do whatever the fuck I wanted, being from where I was from, yeah. So I'm not gassing. I've never had a job because I've always thought something's going to like break out for me. Like I knew like working somewhere wasn't for me. And I'm not saying it's not for anybody either. I don't knock it, you get me? But it's just something that I had in me. Like I didn't ever want to work for anyone else. That's probably why I'm so driven on being independent now. You get me? It's hard to like convince people from like where you're from to think that you're this superstar. You get me? They've got to see other people treat you like it and be fucking baffled by it, thinking, raw, he's killing it like that. Like you've got to make them believe before they even start respecting your thing.
Who am I?
Big man miss.
Remember the first time I was asked that question?
Because I didn't see this nigga come up from that P110 freestyle, coming out of jail, to sitting here, motherfucking in the middle of fucking Ice Age right now. I normally roast niggas for the bust downs. I'm allowed with the nigga miss. One, because I really enjoy his music, but two, my nigga didn't come a long way. And I am happy to see a nigga in the Ice Age after the shit he said he done been through and all that wild ass shit. To see a nigga here smiling ice down, you gotta love it. You gotta love it. It's black excellence in motherfucking motion.
Who am I? Remember the first time I was asked that question? I was in jail, Winston Green, first charge. I was on some course that you had to do to get you...
Is this man's ring a watch?
Get released.
I don't know what that ring is. That ring is ridiculous on his left hand. I don't know what that is.
It's called the resettlement course. Hitting there now. First question, spider diagram. Who am I? Let's say she give us 2 minutes. She goes, I'll give everyone 2 minutes to just write down a few things. I don't want anyone writing like that you're just a sibling, that you're a brother, or you're an uncle, or mum, dad, whatever it is. I want you to tell me who you are. Boom, time started ticking down. No one didn't know what to write. No one had a trade behind them. Like, I think there was like one person that was there that could actually say, yeah.
This nigga's ring, that shit distracted.
A builder or something. It was an awakening to think, imagine not knowing who I am, who you are.
How many times can a man change before he's unrecognizable? You know, what I mean by that is that there's still certain elements of me that I like about myself. So there could be, for instance, I think I got great morals, I got great manners, I got great respect, but through past traumas or childhood traumas, I can be easily triggered to get me aggressive or make me feel like I need to act in a certain type of way. When people say I've changed, you ain't really changed. The original version of you is there. You just implement things in your life to make you grow and be better within yourself, if you get what I'm saying to you.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, a drunk, for instance, who's been an alcoholic, they're still an alcoholic, you know. They just remove the bottles from around them, or remove going to bars or pubs or anywhere alcohol can consume, because they know they can fall back. So I just remove certain things around me that don't trigger those traits within me, innit?
Shadow on the beat. Let's fucking get them. Yo.
Yeah, this is the one I was talking about.
I said the bros, them are slippy, and you're a slick top. Had me
Mhm.
sitting in the cell, bro.
This is where man got our little experience.
Ooh, I was like, hey, this nigga got that slippy shit off. I didn't expect it.
Make beats. Shadow used to make beats. I used to bar. So from young, I've been linking Shadow from MySpace days and getting it in lab, but not really getting much out of it. But this year, it's mad. This is the start of it, man. This guy in the back here lived in the same hostel as me. His name's Cobain. This guy knocked my door one day and said, yo, them bars are hard, but you know, I got a mate that works for P110. Like, yo, I can get you a video. I think it's like 1 nifs. Boom, bam, bing. This guy's in the back. If you clock, he knows the bars, you get me? Because man was in the hostel giving it him every day, letting him know this is the...
Yo, I clocked that shit because I was like, yo, these niggas is in the car gassing this shit. Like, this nigga spit this shit for them, man, every day.
One take.
Why? Come from the hood, come from Nichels.
Nichels? Where's that?
All the hoodlums, you get me?
This is one of the most UK smiles on a black man I've ever seen. This nigga got the gold, platinums, whatever on the front teeth. Oh my God.
Kind of went the wrong way in life a bit, but kind of back on track now. This is the new hustle, you get me? £20 a washing machine at the moment. Easy,
what do you
easy to find. Just drive around, look for it.
So you're literally finding around.
Just like how the youths them will drive around, getting up to no good. I'm driving around finding money on the roads. I'd probably get a couple ton in there. It's about £2 a ton right now. Right now it's about £30 an hour job. That can't go wrong. Since I've been working, I've been out of trouble. You get me?
Area I grew up in, it's easy to get caught up into.
What's TCU?
A lot of crime, a lot of different issues, obstacles, very hostile environment. But I managed to find my purpose, managed to find something that I like doing, that I have passion for. Created a company called TCU, the Creative Universe, based on performing arts, music, film. Our main aim is to give back to the community, give back to the youth, create opportunities for them that we didn't have growing up. Coming from where I'm from, it's hard to not get involved in the street politics and whatnot. So obviously, right now I'm just trying to basically focus on giving back to the youth. You know what I mean? Because in this city, it's hard. Like I said, it's a very hostile environment. A lot of gang culture, a lot of different obstacles that you gotta get over. This is what we're trying to do. We're trying to create hubs. We're trying to create.
I'm the only one that feels like this nigga's putting his everything into whatever the fuck he's telling us about. But this nigga used to flash on niggas back in the day. Like, this nigga used to be a demon outside, but he has decided to be a better person, and we should leave him the fuck alone because he has decided so. That's the type of energy I get.
Create community centers for these youths to go and just channel their energy.
Did my man start crying too?
Obstacles that you gotta get over. This is what we're.
Yeah, hey, my nigga. Hey, I hope my nigga is seeing somebody. My boy got the PTSD for shit up.
We're trying to create hubs. We're trying to create community centers for these youths to go and just channel their energy.
Big up to this guy. Oh, my man Fredo.
Man lost my mum and dad within 3 months. Had a
Jesus.
Jeep that same year. Lost my yard, repossessed same year. Went into a car, living in out of my car. Then went jail. You get me? It was like that story. I had to give it them. Man was a homeless, and I know that a lot of people out there has felt that pain, and I thought, yo, there's no one that man can relate to like that. So boom. This is where the pain started.
Mom and dad in the grave, yeah, it's real shit. Pain in my heart and my brain, can you feel this? I remember days when I'm walking in the rain and there weren't no other way of getting peas but pill shit.
I wasn't always trying to be a rapper, do you know what I'm saying? I was doing a lot of other things. obviously, thankfully, like I'm blessed with a gift to kind of express myself, express my journey, where I'm from, through my music.
Shout out to
You know what I'm
Cadet,
saying? And
R.I.P.
obviously, like I've been in the game for about 4 or 5 years now, and it's been up and down, because with the music game, it's like you get in there, and it's not so much about having one hit song that gets you popping. It's about maintaining it and staying consistent. You know what I'm gonna say? That's why some people are not relevant today. Some people are. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's just been a battle of like, you know, keeping myself relevant, working hard, bringing something new. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, throughout my journey, I've been through some crazy stuff. Like my journeys, I can go deep into it, but I've been in serious situations where I was out of the game for a little while. I was in hospital, but I came back out. That's obviously work hard. I get myself back out there, because for me, it's about, we're in a jungle, especially where we're from as well. Like obviously, that's why I big up Micquel as well, because I know he comes from a hard journey as well. And it's about working hard and just beating the system. And you know, being in this jungle, you've got to be aligned. You can't just let things get you down and stay down. So I've gone through a lot of battles, a lot of obstacles, and I'm still here. Like my latest song is called Nearly Quit, because there's times where a man could have really nearly quit. You know what I'm saying? But for me, I see a vision, I see a goal. I know where I want to be in life. You know what I'm saying? And nothing's gonna stop me from getting to that place. You know what I'm gonna say? And I put that mindset in everything.
Yo, how many times did I nearly quit? Still I'm out here doing yearly shit. Remember the time I was barely pitched? Ain't gonna lie, that was scary shit. I got a thing for designer clothes. Ain't no surprise that I wear these drips. I got a thing for the Benz and the Beamer. True, I got both, I just vary.
It's not always been glitz and glamour. I say for the most of my career, it's been not making money. It's only the latter of it, like where I've started earning and being able to look after my people and shit. It's not easy, but I think that's the benefit of it. You go without for so long to be like giving back all at once. You get me? Like you get your blessings at once. And I used to set myself targets like, yo, when I'm 21, I want this, and by the time I'm 25, this, and by the time I'm 30, this, and I've smashed my targets in my head. That's probably what kind of kept driving me to keep going forward and that. And I'm not done now. I've just turned 30, and I've got kind of milestones in my head that I want to reach by the time I'm whatever, and I'm like diving into different things in my life now. Like it's not just music. I've got the opportunity to do next things.
You know how happy I am now? I make slow though, but it makes me happy because I know no one's kicking down my door. I know that no feds are, I'm driving down the road and no one's pulling me and ripping my car to shreds, looking for guns and knives and drugs, yeah? Them days are done. So it's also, it comes with a peace of mind. When you get to this stage, like, you're living life now, you might get drawn out, but I know it must be a peace of mind. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and I think that is key to what people also don't understand, that it's priceless. I wake up every day, man, banging on your door, breakfast time, exercise, tell you when to shit, tell you when to eat, tell you when you can see your loved ones, tell you when you can see your kid. It's long, but now the peace is just, it's tranquil. Yeah, especially when you're coming from, man.
Who am I? Remember the first time I was asked that question. I'm a musician. I'm a pop star. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a TV presenter. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I'm a motivator because I keep people motivated, you know what I'm saying? And it just shows, and people that have followed my journey have seen the come up in it. If you rewind about 4 or 5 years ago, man was still in a hostel. You're mad. Now man's in the big crib, the big Mackie. I'm not even showing off. All I'm trying to say is hard work pays off. I'm telling you. And don't give up. If you've got that vision, keep that vision in your head, you know what I'm saying? It comes true.
Yo, I'm happy I just watched this just simply on the fact I already fuck with Mist. And to see this shit is just like, hey, like I said, see my nigga from A to B? Look my nigga shining. I like that shit. And I also like the fact that my nigga is one of the hoodest niggas I've seen make it. And that nigga calls himself a pop star. Do you know how many niggas wrestle with that shit? Coming from where he comes from. They be like, don't call me no pop star. Don't call me no pop star. You dumbass nigga. You don't want to be popular and make a lot of money because people like you? Fucking weirdo.
I'm always about the heart of the individual. Like, who's Micquel, and what do you think was the thing that has sparked you for this direction, for this journey? Because I've brought along...
Is that boy's name Micquel? Not Michael? Because on God, I've been saying Michael. That's Micquel? Okay.
Today, members of my Dear Youngers project, which is about mentoring the next generation, and about the key ethos of it is, what advice would you give to your younger self?
You know what, yeah?
what do you want to be? You know what I'm saying? So what do you want to do with your life? Like, what's your purpose, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, for me, it's like, I ain't got a choice. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I've watched my brethren get life. I've watched my brethren drop out. Do you know what I'm saying? I've watched people with big dreams, so close to their dreams, and they fade out or they drop out or give up just before that. So there is no formula for success. There's only one thing you need to have, really, that's self-belief. And the reason why it's so crazy, because when you're on the road and you want to be a bad boy, you want to be this and that, you have self-belief then, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? And what I don't understand is how some people can't channel that negative energy and make it positive. You know, when I was on the road, it was all about reputation. I wanted to link gal. I wanted to have the flyest car. I wanted to do that. I had self-belief that I was that guy. Do you know what I'm saying? So why not have self-belief that you can be the successful person? It's all about shaping yourself, do you know what I'm saying? And choosing the right role models, do you know what I'm saying? And it's difficult to choose the right role model when you're coming from an environment where that whole environment is designed for you to just feel shit about yourself. Do you know what I'm trying to say to you? For you to lose self-belief, for you not to believe that you can be anything, or, you know, the highest person in your realm, in your hood, has got a Rolex, a car. You know what I'm trying to say to you? And girl like him, that's ambition. Is that what your ambition is going to be? It's about changing your environment, which is why I asked you earlier about work. Like, going to work for me was one of the things. I was different from everybody, bro. I went to work as a youth. Even when I was on badness, I used to go to work. I'm not telling, man. But me going to work and being around normal, clean-cut people and hearing...
That's a wild life to be going to a job to make extra money and not tell niggas because you might get talk shit on. Because a nigga has a legitimate means to make money. Ah, that's a terrible environment.
Hearing the conversations that they used to have, I'm thinking, yo, there's more to life. Like, the hood, bro, hood mentality is dead. There's nothing, bro. When you travel and you go to different countries and you see the way other people live and that, most of the stuff, like night trainers, designer clothes, watches and that, bro, I'll be totally honest with you, my dream is to be wearing flip-flops and shorts on the beach, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? So if you think about it, like, there's a big Caribbean community in here. If you think about where a lot of our ancestors came from, bro, like, we came from paradise, bro, to come to this place to then, like, kill each other, do madness for these things that don't really mean anything. Do you know what I'm saying?
I just blind myself from anything that I've achieved. I'm blinded. I haven't done nothing. I haven't achieved anything, honestly. I'm blinded by every bit of success, every bit of hype, every bit of social media, every bit of anything. I'm just tunnel vision and focused to the destination. I got a 10-year plan, which is working for me. I'm in great stead to where I want to be. People say I'm a rocket waiting to blow up. Okay, that's cool. That doesn't bother me because nothing's done until the ink's dry. Nothing's happened until it's done. So it's just words. It's just hot air. Just hear it, understand it, and work harder because automatically you're going to fit in. So I'm focused, I believe, I give thanks, and I'm blinded by what's happening in the past. Because if I'm focusing, I get complacent. There's underdogs coming through. There's people biting at my ankles. There's people looking at ideas and thinking, because I always say, I'm not doing what they're doing. I'm doing what they're not doing. And my mum always says to me, one thing she says to me, to be honest with you, which was valuable, you're not going to be rich in this life until you do something what everyone doesn't do.
You're an embarrassment. You'll never make it out.
You won't change your life, bro. You'll be straight back in here.
You will never amount to anything.
You'll never make it out the hood.
I'm a strong believer. We should never judge a person, at least not until we've walked a day in their shoes. A wise man once told me that people can only meet you as deep as they met themselves. I never really understood that until I grew up. The inequality in our starting positions in our lives is quite apparent, coming from where I'm from. Someone's opinion of us does not have to define our reality. I made a conscious decision to, instead of being a victim, to start showing up as the man that I wanted to be, and instead of being a product of my environment, to make my environment a product of me.
No, this was solid. This is solid as fuck. Hold on, we got more.
The word layers, if I'm referring to a person, it means skins on top of skins and adapting to so many different environments. Whether it's me putting a balaclava on and acting a certain type of way, whether it's me putting a suit on and walking into a business meeting.
Layers from my perspective, yeah, it's like ground up, you get me? It's like a cake, you get me? So it's the crumbs at the bottom. Then you gotta have the solid, whatever, you get me? Whatever it is in the middle, you get me, the filling, and then it's all sweet on top, you get me? That's layers for me.
Bro, I couldn't think about what I wanted to write. I wait there one set, jail call, jail call, jail call. You know what I'm saying? But what that did, oh my God. One set, the missus.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not in the mood to talk right now for that, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro.
Hey, them niggas locked up on the wing right now. When they see this, and they see that niggas like, hey, he's actually stopping interviews to answer the jail call, niggas gonna love him even more.
I'm not in the mood to go through all that right now. You get me? You get me? So what was I saying now?
Only you could understand the faith in me, she said.
Big up Micquel as well, doing the documentary. I don't know a thing already. I don't know what they're gonna document about him, cause him do a go gym.
I seen this nigga somewhere. Where I seen this nigga? It was pressing him for his accent, and they was like, "Oh, this nigga's appropriating." Fuck, man, where I seen this nigga? He sat down with somebody. He was like, "Nah, this me. This is how I am." Shit, I can't remember. I ain't seen this nigga in time. This shit makes me laugh every time.
As well, doing the documentary. I don't know a thing already. I don't know what they're gonna document about him, cause him do a go gym. Drink protein.
I don't go to gym.
Protein shake, gym, poop. Protein shake, gym, poop. Protein shake, gym, poop. Over and over. You know what I mean? That's all him do. Nothing else.
Are we rolling? God damn it, fam. But I went in my position. I left my knee position. I was in my sexual position. Yeah, he didn't say it to you.
As a means to, I don't know. You know what it is? I'm shattered, mate, and I've just got back from London. Yeah. Okay. Let me go again.
If you could go back in time and say one piece of advice to your younger self, what would it be?
Why? Just think smart. Just think right, you get me? And don't waste no time. That's what I would say. Don't waste no time. Anything that's on your mind and you want to do it even if you fail. I wouldn't even call it a failure. You just tried it and it didn't work, you get me? You go again in a different kind of way, you get me?
Only you can understand. Faith in me, she set me free reflection. Faith in me, she set me free reflection. Don't judge me wrong.
Not everyone's journey the same. Success don't happen overnight, you know what I'm trying to say? But some people get in there quickly, but not everyone's journey the same. And success is a journey, not destination, innit? So for me, it's like, I try not to watch no one else's lane, focus on my lane, you know what I'm trying to say? And just go at my pace and just keep going at my pace, innit?
All right, yeah, that's gonna be it. So yeah, hey, this was good. Actually, this is a really good documentary. If you want to go see this without me fucking talking over it and stopping and asking me one questions, please go check this out. This was good. This was on GRM Daily. It's nice to see that a lot of these people were able to turn their lives around as well, and they're trying to be positive, we'll say, influences on their community. That shit is tight. That shit is super necessary. Niggas don't do enough of that shit. We don't have enough, we'll say, positive role models or positive imagery in the black community when it comes to some of these things that are things that I feel like would actually reach or be some shit that a nigga that's outside, if he's like at home watching YouTube before he goes outside, like a nigga that's outside might watch this, because some of these people actually have backgrounds that he's like, oh, that nigga missed this on here? Let me see this. And then he watches this and it's like, oh, okay. Like, just if we had more of that, nigga might think a little bit more. I'm just saying. But yeah, that's me. This is dope. If there's more of these, I for sure check them out. But thank you to everybody who's been supporting the channel, watching whatever the heck I put up on the channel. I really do appreciate it. If you could please hit that like and subscribe, that would be very helpful. You made it all the way to the end. Thank you very much. I'm grateful. I really do appreciate it. I'll see you guys on the next one. I'm out of here.